After Chaeyoon's disappearance, the secret laboratory responsible for the Witch Project is attacked and destroyed by unknown, unidentified groups, and one girl is the lone survivor of the attack. This girl comes out to the world for the first time following this incident and meets Kyunghee. Kyunghee welcomes her with warm arms, and the girl lives with her on her farmland. Meanwhile, several different people and organizations are after this mysterious girl, brewing up a fight that's bigger and more catastrophic than before. Who is this other one?
Hello everyone and welcome to movie review of The Witch Part 2, The Other One by Korean Brother.
And today, we'll be going over the highly anticipated, long-awaited action thriller, The Witch Part 2, The Other One. But before getting into the review, I'd just like to say that I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions of the movie from here on out. Therefore, there may be minor spoilers or parts about the movie that you may not want to hear before watching yourself. I'm going to keep spoilers to a minimum, but please be aware of this. The Witch Part 2, The Other One, has finally come out after 4 long years since its prequel, The Witch Part 1, The Subversion. You guys have no idea how much I've waited for this one. I absolutely loved the first film, and ever since watching it, I fell in love with the genre of noir, the actress Kim Da-mi, the director, and just K-movies in general. And speaking of the director, this sequel was directed by the same director as the first, The Witch, Park Eun-jung. Director Park is one of my personal favorites, directing other works such as VIP, The Tiger, Night in Paradise, and of course, New World. The Witch Part 2, The Other One, had a totally new lineup minus a few cameo appearances and smaller parts from the original cast of the first film, including Shin Si-ah, Park Eun-bin, Seo Eun-soo, Jin-gu, Song Yu-bin, and Lee Jung-seok. There were a lot of comments asking where Kim Da-mi was and why she wasn't starring in the sequel. But is she really not in the second film? Stick around and I'll get into it later. As with numerous other Korean movie fans, I've been waiting so long for this sequel. The first movie, The Witch Part 1, The Subversion, was like a drama film in the beginning, and then suddenly turns into an action-packed thriller. I loved the sudden shift in tone, and highly enjoyed the action storm following the calm sea. With The Witch Part 2, The Other One, this starts off with action and suspense from the get-go. There were lots of blood and gore, especially for it not being rated R, and was a blend of supernatural, action, noir, and thriller. If you're a fan of those genres, you'll have a good time. However, this isn't to say that the movie was overly serious and action/thriller heavy. Although there were plenty of that, there were also some funny scenes sprinkled throughout the movie. Not gonna lie, some of the jokes and humor were a little corny, but there were other ones that made up for it. Furthermore, minus some cameo appearances and smaller parts, this had a totally new cast lineup from the first film. And just like how Kim Da-mi had a breakout career with the first movie, I think the main lead of this film, Shin Si-ah, could also gain mainstream interest with this. She has a very similar vibe to Kim Da-mi, and the casting was done very well. Moreover, it wasn't just Shin Si-ah, but also the other roles were casted well too. We've been seeing Song Yu-bin in a lot of films recently, and he's been great in all that I've seen him in, this included. From Park Eun-bin to Seo Eun-soo to Jin-gu to Lee Jung-seok, there isn't to complain about the casting or the performances. Also, there were a lot, and I mean a lot of comments on the trailers uploaded regarding Kim Da-mi. Numerous people were asking where she was and why she wasn't in this. And let me tell you, spoiler alert, but she is in this. Kim Da-mi made a special appearance near the end, and although it's not a huge role and she didn't have a lot of screen time, her role was crucial in the story and what's to follow. Keep in mind there is another sequel following this, a part 3, and this second part was like a bridge connecting the first and third movies. And finally, The Witch Part 2, The Other One, definitely has an eerie vibe that I absolutely love. That's what I loved about the first movie as well. It had its signature noir, dark vibes, and that mixed with the good CGI and special effects it had, this was one of the better action thrillers released out of Korean cinema recently. Okay, now that we take a look at the good parts about The Witch Part 2 with sprinkles of humor and rollercoaster of tones. There were quite a lot of gore and blood, and the film ended on another cliffhanger, hinting at the third part. You can tell they made the second with the third in mind, and this one felt more like a bridge between 1 and 3. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, and there's an extra scene after the credits, so be sure to stick around for that if you watch this. And that concludes today's review on The Witch Part 2, The Other One. Thank you to everyone that watched till the end. and I hope this review has given you some insight into the film. If you've seen or are planning to watch the movie, I'd love to hear your thoughts about the film, so please leave a comment